guys. We're going live in just a second here. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate you sharing the link, being subscribed, obviously, as per usual. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for sharing that link, though. We do need it shared before I swap views here. It's pretty important, guys. Pretty darn important. I love your face, and I need to, need to get some of my other content lined up here before you see mine. I know. What does it all mean? Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Appreciate you guys being here though live. I see our views increasing. T-Bone Gaming, thank you for being here. So much appreciate your support, brother. And let's take a look. Have we got our, hey, William Days in the chat as well, says, good morning, bro. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate the support. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the reason I make this media. It's not hyperbole. It's not me being, sentimental. That's just the truth. You guys are why I do this. Alrighty, looks like we are live. I see all the comments coming in, and good morning. Welcome back to another edition of the Mining Market Signal. My name is Seth. You're watching Mine Your Biz, and I see all the comments coming in. Brandon Johnson's in the chat. Yankee is here. TC Montague is here saying, rise and shine. Definitely love it. Let's seize the day, brethren and sistren. If you're out there, please do make yourselves known. Crypto needs women. Not a big secret, but I'm just going to say that in hushed tones. But please do make yourselves known. Please do be contributors. I see Soaib Mahmoud Palash saying, yo, bro. Hey, I hope I didn't completely destroy your name there, but thanks for saying hello in the chat. Gundy is in the chat, also saying, yo, good morning, Crypto Nation. Gundy's stuff and things. One of the real ones, guys. I love seeing the real ones here. Yankee says 99.999999% male audience. You're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. And if there is a female that presents without genuine interaction, I think we can probably view that with a little bit of, a little bit of concern. It's probably not as legit as we'd like it to be. Guys, I'm going to adjust our live chat so that your comments come in, but let's take a look at that fear and greed index. You should see our live chat change right here. I should probably do a little tutorial for our other friends who do YouTube content creation on how I created this special insert that you see down below, the special special chat insert that I use right here, because I don't use any third-party integration tools. It's actually just CSS that changes the live stream chat with just a browser overlay inside of OBS. It's free. That's all I'm saying. It's free. Don't have to use third-party plugins or third-party platforms. I love using it. All right. So jumping back into the fear and greed index, guys, your chat is on the screen, so please do be on your best behavior. I know you always are. That said, chat is out of control, and I love it. I love it, guys. I'm here for it. Keep it out of control. Stay wild. Stay ungovernable. Definitely love guys being here. Fear and greed index has currently a score of 16. That's extreme fear. Yes. As you know, I do not offer any kind of legal, financial, or business advice on this show, but when it comes to the fear and greed index, I personally view this as a counter indicator. And in other words, an idea of what to do by going against what the market is thinking and feeling. So when I see extreme fear, it gets me excited, right? I see green lights. When others see red candles, I see green lights. When others see green candles, you've heard me for months now, I pump the brakes. Right. And I say, okay, I got to make a strategy here. I've got to prepare myself to maybe have to bail out or pivot or, take a sharp right or a sharp left, using the traffic analogy there, guys. But I view this as a counter indicator. Let's jump back into this and take a quick look at the fear and greed index. Historically, over the last month, it almost looks like the sentiment has been kind of bouncing downwards. Like if sentiment could have a dead cat bounce, it would look a lot like this, right? But sentiment doesn't. Sentiment being what it is just a measurement of what's going on in Twitter and in Reddit. Right? So Jermaine jumps in and says, fear is good. Time to buy. Delivery matters. White papers and roadmaps matter again. Love it. Hey, I love that too, right? Fundamentals. When we get to markets like this, we can pay attention to fundamentals again. You guys know that I've promised the audience that as we get back into an extended bear market, as the sentiment kind of continues for a significant amount of time to be at these lower levels, I'm going to start doing developer interviews again, because we need to be able to see and meet the people who are building at that time, not when the price is flying high, not when everybody's Bitcoin treasuries are like flush with, USD value where they can just pay for whatever, right? Whenever they feel like it. We need to talk to builders when the going gets tough, because that's when their true colors show. So I love that we're on the same page there, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for contributing to the conversation. Open-minded Bitcoin is in the chat. Good to see you again, brother. Been a while, and I appreciate that you're here to continue the conversation. Saying good morning, crypto fam. Hope all is well and everyone is buying the dip. Heck yeah. Let's see. Says, glad you're feeling better. MineYourbiz. Thank you. I appreciate that. Still working through a little bit of respiratory issue, but yeah, I feel much better. Thank you for bringing that up. I do feel quite a bit better. Gunny Stefan Thing says, hard to believe we're going bear when all I see is bull flags. Right. That's what I'm saying too. That's why I'm not going into that line of content where we interview developers just yet. They don't get it that easy. We have to see extended fear for a time and see the matching, the sort of commensurate extended price floor, right? Where there is a bit of support found much lower than before. And that has to happen over an extended period of time. I'm not going to commit to a specific, range and a specific price level, because as you know, I don't offer price targets for things on the show either. But I think we'll know it when we see it. I think it won't be hard for us to sort of see that it's been several weeks or months of that extended condition. And at that point, I really do want to bring back those developer interviews, guys. That's when it matters. Charlie from Raptorium, I know you're watching. The rest of the team, Big Piggy, Raptorium team, they were building in the last bear market, which is why I'm not shocked that they popped off in this bull market. I want to talk to them again after we go into the bear and we see kind of where the dust settles for them. Same with the team over at Flux, as we discovered them 3 years ago when nobody else gave them airtime. Who did? We did here at MineYourBiz, right? Same with the team at Loki, right? At the Oxen network. That said, they're doing quite well. It may be very clear that they don't really need that kind of exposure, but I think that we need to hear from them at that time. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know we, air quotes, discovered these projects when nobody else did. Nobody else was talking about them. Haven Protocol, not 2.0. Not 1.0, but 0.5, you might say. The first developer team that is no longer associated with the project. We interviewed them. And then we interviewed the 1.0 team. And now we can follow up with the 2.0 team when we get back to those market conditions, guys. There is a method to that madness, and I'm waiting until we see, I'm waiting until we see the market kind of tap out so we can return completely to fundamentals. That's when those developer interviews are going to matter. In the meantime, I am going to be doing sponsored reviews of some tokens that are interested in getting exposure, but that's a different thing, right? I just want to make it very, very clear. I wanted to connect with you guys and make it very, very clear. That's a fundamentally different thing from like the sponsored work that I do. That's part of the growing pains of a channel, right? We're getting there, guys. And thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for being here for the journey. You guys, some of us actually have private conversations on the regular, just over the phone, on Signal app or whatever. And you know I appreciate your support, guys. You know I do this for you, right? So I appreciate you being there with me along this journey. All right, jumping back at it. I'm getting all mushy, right? I'm going to get all whatever, like misty-eyed. Oh, it's dusty here in the basement, back in the production studio. But getting back into the fear and greed index, guys, there's a reason for this, right? Narratives kind of rule the day. People start to make decisions based on narratives and based on their internal emotions, whether it's fear or greed. What's causing these emotions? Let's take a look at the news cycle, try to figure it out. As per usual, guys, all the links to everything that I'm discussing here, it's in the description of this video so you can read it at your own leisure, right? I don't ever want to hold anything over your heads, guys. I'm not an expert over anybody in this audience. Collectively, we have so much wisdom together, and we're so much stronger together than some dude, right, on some dude who's unafraid of being on a webcam or whatever. Like, if anything, maybe it kind of shows that there's maybe a little less intelligence. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to be doxxed out here, be on camera. But you know what I'm talking about, guys. I appreciate your feedback, and I don't ever mean to place myself above other people. I'm just sharing this, and I want to make sure you can read everything you need to be able to make your own decisions. All right. Some of the news cycle today talks about, yeah, Yankee's like, he's not wrong. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be on camera. Oh, well, here we are. So Elon Musk derides NFTs. He's making fun of NFTs and Web3, guys. How can you bite the hand that feeds you? If it wasn't for this market, if it wasn't for kind of like the mimetic quality of the current crypto markets, Elon Musk wouldn't even be socially relevant. Yes, he made Tesla. Yes, he made SpaceX. But when it comes to sort of like having meme quality, he rode the coattails of Doge. He rode the coattails of Shiba Inu even when he's spoken poorly about it. It's kind of not very wise for him to throw rocks in a glass house. Maybe that's what I'm saying, right? He's existing in this construct of cryptocurrency and the broader blockchain markets. Elon Musk probably shouldn't be like trying to throw elbows, because guess what? Some of us can throw elbows too. And you know, like together we form like this giant Voltron, like boom. Yeah, we'll elbow drop a Tesla and we'll send it, you know, past Mars. So check yourself, Elon Musk. All right. Prime is in the chat saying, good morning. And Yankee says, he did not make Tesla. How dare you, sir? Exactly. I guess that's my point. He discovered some technologies. He's exploited some technologies, and he's doing the same here in cryptocurrency, right? If we're being honest, that's kind of more the thing that bothers me. Why? Like, why go try to make fun of cryptocurrencies in Web3? This is going to be the future that completely displaces some of the nonsense projects that he's aligned himself with, like Doge. And Yankee says, prove me wrong. We're in agreement, sir. Yeah, no, Elon Musk didn't create Tesla. I misspoke. He discovered Tesla that was being created by other people. He discovered SpaceX that was being worked on by other people. He didn't personally program the rockets that SpaceX uses. He didn't personally design the satellite system that does the satellite internet that they offer. He didn't personally create Tesla, right? Like, no, Yankee, we should gab about this, man. Seriously, we should wrap about this on a live stream at some point, because you're not wrong. But in interest of time, guys, I am going to be rushing out the door in a little bit shorter live stream cycle than usual. Just wanted to say, he posted a urinal etiquette comic devoted to people declaring their support for Web3 and DAOs. Musk is not the only skeptic of this new iteration. Cornell University professor James Grimmelman recently described Web3 as vaporware. Musk also criticized NFTs in reaction to a tweet by Dogecoin co-founder Billy Marcus about the rise of scams within the industry. And, you know, that's the thing, guys. Like, talk is cheap. He can say all this trash about, like, oh, Web3 is a joke. Yeah, well, guess what, Mr. Elon Musk? We kept the receipts on you saying that you were going to add development talent to Doge. How's that coming along? How's that transactional throughput changed since you made your bold claims, sir? Oh, nothing's changed? Got it. Well, then who's really peddling vaporware? Because Web3 is happening. It's just delivering on what it can deliver on. You can't rewrite all of HTTP. You can't rewrite all of TLS. You can't rewrite all of the DNS systems that the web runs on right now overnight. That's going to take time. But you can actually improve the transactional throughput of a system like Dogecoin almost overnight by pushing a system-wide upgrade or a soft fork. So what have you done lately, Mr. Elon Musk, with all those billions of dollars and all that cheap talk? Oh, not a damn thing. Got it. Okay, let's move on, guys. Really, this is, I brought it up because it's funny to see people like him act mad when really it's just impotent rage, right? So it's saber rattling. All right, guys. Drinking Milk says, lol, was nothing more than exit liquidity. Hey, phenomenal point there. All right, Cardano deploys first DEX. Why ADA's price could receive a boost. Guys, here's the thing. I'm not particularly fond of Cardano. I don't have a particularly high opinion of Cardano. However, if they are making progress, then I have to pay attention, right? If I miss the opportunity to potentially get on board with Cardano before it blows up, I don't want to be part of the unwashed masses that jump on afterwards and become late adopters of Cardano after it's already obvious that it has found success. That said, I still have my fundamental doubts about the fundamental ability of Cardano to scale. Yes, they have a DEX. However, their first smart contracts were limited to literally one transaction per block. That's a huge bottleneck. It's a huge problem. I don't care what projects like Ergo are claiming. Cardano as a substrate for them to build on, in my mind, is the wrong place. Solana got wrecked. Yeah, it got completely wrecked by bot activity, some kind of DDoS style bot activity on their network. Avalanche, AVAX also got wrecked. Layer ones get wrecked. That's just what they do. It's hard for them to keep up with demand. But if your supply, right, if your ability, your bandwidth is that low, good luck ever catching up to demand. There are developers who have staked their reputation, who've staked all of their work on Cardano's success. They've moved from Ethereum over to Cardano only to find that they can't build on it. That makes me sad. It really does. Polkadot, it's running. Kusama, it's running. As a testnet, it works. People can build on it. Solana, yeah, it got wrecked and was down for 17 hours and had to reboot all the validators. My point is, code still ran on it before and after that point. And then with Ethereum, it chugged along, sometimes with high fees, but it didn't break, right? Until the validators stopped running the correct version of Geth. There are risks everywhere, is what I'm saying. In addition to that, we've got Matic, guys, or Polygon. You've heard me rave about Polygon for months. Was I wrong? Yeah, I'm requiring a response in the comment section, guys. Give me a yes or a no, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Was I wrong about Polygon? Did its transactional throughput exceed Ethereum or did it not? Because it's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of fact, right? The blockchain keeps the receipt. The blockchain kept the record. Polygon outstripped Ethereum on several dates for the number of transactions pushed through and maybe not total volume locked. Devorian says I was wrong. Check the receipts, check the blockchain. And I appreciate the difference in opinion, but check the blockchain. Go ahead and find the facts that prove me wrong. Go ahead and find the facts that prove that Cardano is going to outstrip any of the Ethereum or any of the other alternative sidechain or second layer scaling solutions currently scaling on top of Ethereum as a network, because I'm not seeing it. That said, I don't want to miss out if there is an opportunity to pump on top of Cardano, right? Smart money is going where nobody else expects, just like we talked about counter indicators in the beginning of the show. Am I talking out of both sides of my face? No. I'm seeing builders go where there's real throughput now, but I'm also seeing investors and speculators go where there's not obvious throughput yet. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Is it's okay to bet on both red and black, right? As long as you like to hedge, maybe that's what I'm saying. But you do want to right size your bets, and so I don't get it when people say they're all in on Cardano. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, but they do have this brand new DEX that's been created. We'll see what happens over at DeFi Llama, see if Cardano becomes more dominant, a player in that space. I think that's going to be our high sign that it's definitely making it work. Devorian says, I never doubt you, Senpai. Oh, you're too kind. Well, hey, if Senpai noticed you, is he really Senpai? Because now my Japanese fails me. I think we're closer to peers than that relationship. But you're flattering me. Thank you. Moving on in our news cycle, guys, we've got a Cointelegraph article. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. I'm still getting over this thing. Cointelegraph article that is talking about how Bitcoin by William Suberg. Bitcoin could drive people nuts for months with a $53,000 Bitcoin price ceiling, according to one popular analyst. And I don't want to go too in depth with this, but this is our specialist, Scott Melker. First off, Scott Melker is a phenomenal dude, a really good guy. I just want to make that very, very clear. You may doubt his technical analysis. You may feel like you don't agree with some of the things that he says. But what I'm going to say for the record, guys, is that my only exposure to Scott Melker is that he's a level-headed, even-keeled guy. So he can be wrong with some of this stuff. He could be wrong about some of the stuff, about some of this prognosis. But I don't like that we get to this point in the market cycle and people start to go on these like influencer witch hunts. I'm not down for it. I won't put up with it. And yeah, we all have our favorites and we have people that we prefer not to follow or whatever else. But I won't tolerate that, right? Like I just won't. People love to go on witch hunts. And I am going to call out CoffeeZilla, the channel, for trying to, like, in a nice way, trying to like do an expose on influencers who get paid, like BitBoy, for example, and Scott Melker and others who do paid work. Guys, what? Why? Like, smart minds, intelligent minds discuss ideas, not people. So I don't want to go too far into that right now. I don't want to like call CoffeeZilla out too much. Good creator also. a lot, like really phenomenal production value. But I don't understand the utility in trying to talk down other people who are in this space doing influencer work. It doesn't make sense to me, is what I'm saying. But at any rate, Scott Melker, he's talking about a potential 53K ceiling for Bitcoin for the next little while. If Bitcoin crawled sideways for that amount of time, guys, what would you do? Do you have a plan? Are you ready to work that plan? Do you want to go higher frequency or do you want to hodl? Do you want to get out of some of your Bitcoin into something else and then maybe do some speculation there and then get back into Bitcoin for your long-term savings? What is your plan? You don't have to lay it all out in the comment section here, but I think maybe a more important question for me to ask is, do you have a plan and are you prepared to work it? Those are the two questions, guys. I just want to know you're taking care of yourselves and your families, right? By managing those portfolios and making sure that your investments are safe, guys. Without giving you any kind of financial advice, I want you to make it, man. That's the bottom line. I want you to make it. The next time I see you in person, and we several of us have met in person or just have like totally random chats in the margins and stuff, I just want to know you're okay. Want to know you're going to make it. Want to know you're not like experiencing intense loss by making some dumb mistakes if there's some good intel on these markets that we can follow. So I don't know. I think this is not a terrible indicator, and I don't think it's the most bearish sentiment. It's still pretty bullish. But people who are saying that Bitcoin is absolutely going to race to 100K, I'm sorry, that was wrong. We got to the end of November, didn't get close to 100K, didn't break out, in fact, after its last run up. So we hit a new all-time high, then it crawled sideways and did what it just recently did, wicked all the way down to like below 44K. So we need to be prepared for a couple of different scenarios, guys. And we can't just listen to the bullish voices who are saying number go up forever. You know what? Real estate pros were saying that in 2007. You know what they did? They got wrecked too in about October of 2008. They got absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. People, I mean, they lost their life savings. They lost all of their investments because they falsely believed that the number would go up forever. It does not. Markets are cyclical. They just are. That's a reality. And so we have to deal with that, guys. That's part of being a grown-up, right? If there's a woman in the audience, you know, on the off chance, but it's part of being a man, right? Like being a grown-up. We just acknowledge that bad things can happen and we prepare, right? We prepare for those bad things too. Anyway, I'm kind of preaching, but you guys, you know what I'm saying. I want you to make it. I want you to make it. All right. Enough of that. Looking back at the chart though, guys, here's what we got right now. Our chopsticks actually did not fail us in terms of having a downward range. We're just going to extend this channel, this downward range just a little bit. And I'm not getting fancy with this, guys. I'm really, really not. But we're just going to continue this. And we're going to try to lasso that very last candle and then start at the very top of that move. Try to keep it within kind of an average in the center of those candlesticks for our one-day chart. And keep it real simple, zoomed out to 1 day. We're just going to go really, really simple. Ravenbook Crypto says, I felt the anointing. Hey, you're too kind, man. I don't want to, I wouldn't want to like steal valor or steal sanctity. You know what I mean? Or steal divinity. Just to say, guys, it's important to me. It's important to me that you're okay. It really is, right? Like we spend this time together and I want you to know it's not just lip service. I want to be able to meet with you at some cool event that is crypto related and know that you're okay. And be able to like, whatever, sit with you, share a drink, even if it's a LaCroix or like whatever, sparkling water, a little coconut water, don't care. Just want to be able to sit with you, know you're okay. Like when that day comes, wouldn't that be great if we were both okay? We all made it. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? I'd like that. But back to our chart, guys. I'm just going to slice through the middle of this and kind of basically delete this upward move, this sort of bounce downward, and then keep these chopsticks moving down, right? Like, Bernie is in the chat, says hello, gives a little wave. Thank you for saying hello. Absalom PT is also saying Bitcoin is going to 30K first before 100K. I think that's probably a pretty level-headed assessment, man. That's possible. And JMMJ says try and maintain a level of integrity. Yeah, that's good. Definitely appreciate that. Open-minded Bitcoin also agreed we should bring each other up, not down. That's why I support a lot of channels that aren't trying to sell you a shite coin. Appreciate that. Jermaine Miner's doing TA is cute. Man, I don't disagree. That's the thing. And I don't even pretend that it's actual real TA. Guys, that's why I do that very, very heavy disclaimer, right? Like seriously, Jermaine, I look at the charts so that I can at least get in the habit of looking at the charts. I'm going to start adding more indicators as I grow my ability to make proper sense of them. But I try not to oversell it. You know what I mean? Like let's be very, very realistic about that. I'm the first person to say it. This is not TA that you should be basing your decisions on. This is literally me just getting into the habit of consulting the charts so that I'm not blind to the most recent price action. Because a lot of people go days and say like, I don't even worry about it. I'm a long-term hodler. And they get wrecked, right? Sometimes hodling is not a good choice. So I like at least paying attention to it. We're trying to get into that habit, right? Together. And I'm trying to model that habit of at least taking a look. So here we are, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in so that I at least have these chopsticks there. Taking a look at our MACD, which is a simple indicator that I added only because it is a very, very simple indicator, right? It has flipped bearish a couple of times. We see in the histogram of the moving average convergence divergence by any other name, that MACD. And we see that the 50 and the, I think it's a 50 and 200 day averages there, that they haven't fully converged yet, right? They came close. The last time it flipped bullish, it was for a very, very short period. That histogram is teeny tiny. And then it flipped bearish and has kind of like bounced back into bearishness again. It doesn't look very good, guys. MACD does not look like it's changing either. And we can see that, of course. Ooh, got all these drawing tools. We can see that, of course, in the day-to-day moves, right? The one-day chart for me is becoming a lot more comfortable than 2 hours. We can zoom out or zoom into the 2-hour chart. But that's just too high frequency for me, guys. I don't do trading. I don't do intraday trading. I'm just not a high frequency guy. And that's not something that makes sense for me right now. I don't think. We are definitely out of this range, though. We definitely fell out of that range. You know, I had as the red range. And now, zooming out, also going to go back to my 1 day. It looks like also right here, yellow. You know what yellow means, guys? If you're coming up to a stoplight, you know what yellow means? Yellow means go faster. I'm potentially back into a range where I'm comfortable starting to dollar cost average again. Maybe, just for me in general. So might be ramping back up my dollar cost averaging with Swan Bitcoin if you're interested in that, if that's something that fits your plan. And I appreciate that Jermaine made the comment about it. If that's something that fits your plan, obviously do your own research and do your own work. If that fits your plan, then maybe you would consider it also. Link to Swan Bitcoin is in the description. And that does help the channel if you're willing to try that out without being like weird about that, guys. All right. And Jermaine says, I agree, thinking about DCA again myself. Cool. Hey, I'm glad to hear that confirmation from you. Thanks for sharing that. All right, guys, quickly, we're going to go over DeFi Llama very, very fast. Not going over all of our GPU mining profitability today, but I wanted to quickly call out the fact that if you look at the historical charts right here, Ethereum was at 67% dominance not long ago on September 12th. Fast forward to today, and it recently dipped all the way down by a basis point, by almost a basis point per week. Here we are in December, and it kind of dropped down into the 64 and change range, so 64.79 range, and then pop back up to 65% dominance. In my mind, Ethereum does have its work cut out for it. Yes, there are a lot of protocols. Yes, it's growing. The adoption is everywhere, but we do see more protocols being adopted on more chains. Polygon has not slowed down. 126 protocols adopted on that chain. It's steadily moving towards 130, and I don't see it slowing down, guys. I appreciate that Polygon is in that position. Our portfolios are open. They should be publicly viewable. I'm not going to review them today in the interest of time. Same with our GPU mining profitability, guys. I'm in a bit of a time crunch for this morning, but I knew I had to see you guys. I knew I had to talk to you, and I needed you to know. I missed you while I was in Miami, and it was tough to get to publishing during a trade show. I was responsible for my company to do entertainment. I'm the guy that doesn't drink. Like I'm the DD, lifetime DD. And so like I was out till like 6 a.m. every single night because they're like, all right, cool, we're safe. This guy's got our back. You know what I mean? I'm that guy for the group. But it was tiring. I was exhausted. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to the end of this video. Thank you for being supportive. We're going to come back to our GPU mining portfolio as well as GPU profitability in tomorrow's show. And we are going to keep it higher frequency for the live stream. So thank you for being supportive, hitting that thumbs up. Thank you, if you haven't already, for smashing that subscribe button and making it explode, clicking the bell icon so you know when we go live next. You're the reason I make this media. Boys and girls, I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Be sure to check out mineyour.biz, where you can sign up for our email newsletter, where we're still ramping up content, but you will occasionally receive specials for flash sales and all kinds of other deals that we have going on the site. You can also check out our services page, where we offer consulting to projects that need it. You can pick up the Freedom Phone, which respects your privacy. You can pay for it in crypto and have it shipped to you anonymously, as well as getting merchandise that also is paid for with crypto. That's right, we practice what we preach, including, well, a Flux swag page. That's right. It's a dedicated page just for the team over at Flux Network, because we love them that much. Thanks for watching to the end. Thanks for being subscribed. You know I love your face. Be sure to stay private and mind your biz.